Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the June Keys Penguin Habitat. My name's Michelle, and I am taking care of the penguins today. Now, it's my lucky job because I was lucky enough to be here when we first got the penguins, even before our June Keys Penguin Habitat was built. And so I've been with them for quite some time. Now, a popular question that's often asked of us is, what do we feed them? Well, they get a mixture of herring and capelin. It depends on the bird. Penguins are extremely picky. If you happen to have a 3-year-old, you'll know what I'm dealing with because penguins eat like 3-year-olds. If they don't like the way herring is looking, if it's pointed in the wrong direction, if the head is bent, if it looks a little strange, if it's too big or too small, all of these are reasons why the penguin will take the fish and throw it back at you, or just kind of turn its head away and walk away from you. Our penguins are extremely well fed. As you can tell by their size, they're on the little bit larger size than other penguins of the same species, but that's how we like it here. Now, our penguins are in their breeding time. So if you're looking at the exhibit and wondering why certain nest boxes are cordoned off, there is a reason for that. We actually have penguins that are sitting on chicks right now. And at this moment, this is when they are feeding the chicks. Now, we're cautiously optimistic on how the chicks are doing. So we will cordon them off because every day penguins get medication. And the big thing is, because the way a penguin feeds its chick, it actually has the food in its stomach, it starts digesting it, and then it regurgitates it. It sounds lovely, doesn't it? Back into the chick. So if the penguin is on meds of any sort, they regurgitate the meds with the fish, and we don't want that to happen. So what we do is we med the birds early in the morning before you all get here, and then they are sequestered into the main exhibit where they have to be, and they just can't be with the chick, and the other parent is with the chick at this time. So if you notice, we have four nest boxes cordoned off, and that is why we have the 4 parents in here, and the other 4 are actually sitting on the chicks. Now, we have them at varying different ages, and so just keep on checking back with us on our website because we are updating that website with the chick information. But what we always want to do is make sure that our chicks, just like our parents, are in great health. So we make sure that we will keep going with this kind of lock them out while they digest their food. We feed the other parents on the nest, so the chicks do have access to food. So it's one of the ways that we make sure that all of our penguins are nice and healthy. Now, a lot of times people wonder why we don't have ice up in this exhibit. Well, these are actually temperate penguins, meaning that they are found off the coast of Chile. So they can have sun just like we have sun. The only difference is, off the coast of Chile, there is a jet stream that is quite cold. It's around 50 to 55 degrees, and so that's what the temperature of our water is. It's nice and chilly, so if it does get a little too warm for them, they can come up here. During their explosive molt, where they'll lose all those top feathers, they tend to like to stay up on deck. And normally out in the wild, they would not have these lovely mister systems that we have set up, but just in case, we always like to make sure that our penguins are extremely spoiled. You gonna eat that? See? How about this one? Nope. Like I said, a 3-year-old. And folks, we have a winner. Good girl. Nope. So that was Paddles, and the way that I can, well, number one, I can tell just because I know her, but if you're looking at their bands, each penguin has a specific band. Now, our colony is a subset of the North American colony. So when we look at them, those bands are much like a Social Security number for us. We will occasionally trade penguins with other colonies to keep genetics nice and strong. We actually have 4 birds that we call our Brazilian birds, and they came from a stranding off of the coast of Brazil not too long ago. And they are what we call our wild bunch, because they have never been represented within the colony, and so they are our little golden breeders. But that would be Robbie, I have to go through it, Kate and Avery, Robbie, and Roxy. And so they all actually came from Brazil, off the coast. And so I think we have 2 out here right now. I think it should be Kate, and it should be, trying to think who else in the nest. Should be Kate, and it should be Roxy. But one of the things that we always like to do is make sure that genetics within the population is strong. And so we always look at who's breeding with who. Penguins do mate for life unless that mate leaves or goes to another facility. And so that's always common within the North American population. And you can see right here, this is Heidi, and that's Floyd. Now, Heidi and Floyd are not together. Floyd is the partner of Roxy. Roxy is inside the nest box. And so he's just getting some help with grooming. I'm not going to think anything of it. Roxy won't be jealous or anything. They're just helping out. Now, they get fed at least 3 times a day. Normally it's before we open. The second feed is right now, and then they'll get a third feed around 2:30 to 3 o'clock, depending on how I think the penguins are doing. Now, the big thing for these guys is we always offer them food, but if they're not hungry, like right now, they're not coming up to me. It's because they had a pretty big breakfast, and this is normal. They slow down quite a bit. But when they get ready to go, oh, sorry, did I speak too soon? Are you hungry? Nope, not that one either. How about this one? Yeah, this is what I go through every single day. Not that one. That one. Yeah. So I offer about 3 to 4. Sometimes she'll look at me. Sometimes they won't even acknowledge my presence. Sweetie, that's all I have. What about that one? Yeah. Goldilocks. That would be a perfect name for one of these. Now, we have birds of different age. You might notice that, where is Gats? Oh, Gats is right in front of me. So you might notice that he looks a little bit different. Gats does not have that double black band, which is indicative of the adult. So Gats is a juvenile. You sure you want another? That would be 4. Good boy. By that one. One thing that we do is we keep track of how much each penguin eats. So the penguin that I just fed, that's Fisher. And so I will go down on the list, look for his name, mark off that he had 4 fish, put my pen back, and we keep track every day to see how much they eat, because we need to make sure that they're getting enough calories, number one. And if a penguin goes off food for more than 2 days, we get our veterinarian involved, because there may be something underlying that we just know about. Penguins are extremely curious. They are always looking for something to get into. They love coming into the back with me just to play around back there. We do have a holding pool in the back area that sometimes, earlier this year, we actually had Roxy had some foot surgery, so we had to keep her in the back away from all the other penguins. So we do have different areas that we can sequester them to if need be. But it looks like I think we are done for this morning's feed. I would like to say thank you all for coming to the aquarium, because your admission does help us take care of all of our animals. So for myself and all the penguins here, we hope you enjoyed your day, and we hope to see you again real soon.